Dear spectators of the human tragedy. They laughed, didn't they? Their laughter echoed like a cruel symphony, a chilling melody that danced through the air, mocking every scar, every tear that stained my soul. Each chuckle was a dagger, a reminder that my struggle was a source of amusement for them, a spectacle to be enjoyed from their thrones of false superiority. They stood there, wrapped in their cloaks of arrogance, believing they were untouchable, immune to the storms that ravaged the hearts of those they deemed weak. But time, that relentless force, has a way of flipping the script. The very pain they scorned has transformed into a fierce power, an unyielding resilience that courses through my veins. I've worn my suffering like armor, each bruise and broken piece of me a testament to my journey. My darkness birthed strength, a strength that now watches as the tables turn. The irony of fate is a bitter pill, one that they now choke on as they find themselves ensnared in their own webs of despair. In their moments of suffering, I find a twisted sense of satisfaction. They are the ones now facing the demons they once dismissed, the hollow laughter fading into a desperate cry for help. I stand as a witness to their downfall, the shadows of their past mockery now looming over them like a storm cloud, relentless and unforgiving. They thought pain was something to be ridiculed, a weakness to be exploited. Yet here we are, tangled in the same cycle of suffering, a reminder that pain is universal, an inevitable part of this human experience. Their arrogance was a fragile facade, built on the illusion of control. They danced on the graves of those they deemed lesser, reveling in their perceived strength. But what they failed to understand is that confidence, when rooted in disdain for others, is a house of cards, waiting for the slightest breeze to bring it crashing down. Now, as they lie in the wreckage of their own making, I watch with a cold smile, a reflection of their own ignorance staring back at them. Every sneer, every dismissive comment, they are echoes that linger in the air, reminders of the power dynamics that once favored them. But life has a way of leveling the playing field, doesn't it? The universe has a sense of poetic justice, a balance that must be restored. The very struggles they laughed at are now the chains that bind them, dragging them into the depths of their own despair. It is a cycle, one that spins endlessly. They thought they could escape the grasp of suffering, but the truth is, it waits for everyone, lurking in the shadows, ready to strike when least expected. They are not exempt from its embrace, no one is. The laughter that once rang out in cruel harmony is now replaced by the silence of reckoning, a heavy stillness that hangs in the air, thick with the weight of their choices. As I stand here, I am not filled with pity, I am filled with the knowledge of transformation. Their suffering is not my victory, it is a mirror, reflecting the consequences of their actions. They may struggle to rise from the ashes, but in their struggle lies a lesson for all. The cycle is relentless, a reminder that we are all connected through pain, through the human experience that binds us. So let them suffer. Let them feel the weight of their arrogance. In time, the echoes of their laughter will fade, replaced by the haunting realization that they, too, are vulnerable. It is in this darkness that true strength is born, and I, a child of shadows, will watch as they confront the very thing they once mocked. Arrogance, a cruel mask that many wear, hides a heart beating in fear. Those who laughed at my suffering stood tall, believing themselves to be giants in a world of shadows. They wore their superiority like a crown, jewels of disdain glistening as they looked down on the broken. Yet beneath that facade lay a fragile existence, one blow away from crumbling into dust. They danced on the edge of a knife, oblivious to the fact that the slightest misstep would send them tumbling into the abyss they so readily mocked. Confidence, they thought, was their armor. But in truth, it was a thin veil, barely shielding them from the chaos of reality. The universe has a way of reminding the proud of their place. It has a way of showing them the cracks in their polished exterior. When the storm of suffering hits, the mighty are not spared. They, too, find themselves gasping for breath in the very waters they once deemed shallow. Their laughter, Once a weapon, now echoes hollowly, a sound devoid of power, swallowed by the very darkness they dismissed. The dismissive sneers and cruel jests were tools they wielded with pride, yet they never stopped to consider the weight of their words. Each laugh was a thread, weaving a tapestry of cruelty that would eventually ensnare them. Empathy, a foreign concept to their inflated egos, became a distant memory as they reveled in their perceived invulnerability. But reality is a patient beast, and it takes great pleasure in exposing the foolishness of those who think they are above it all. As I watch them now, I see the cracks forming, the once solid foundation of arrogance giving way to the harsh truths they cannot escape. The weight of their actions has come crashing down, and they stumble under the burden, realizing that suffering is not a distant enemy but a relentless companion. They thought themselves immune, but life has stripped that illusion bare, revealing the raw, pulsating reality of their vulnerabilities. Every mockery they hurled at my struggles is now a mirror reflecting their own pain. They are entangled in the very webs they spun, caught in the cycle of torment they once dished out with glee. It's a painful irony, watching them ride in their own creations, struggling to comprehend the magnitude of the consequences they now face. They are not just victims, they are the architects of their own downfall, builders of a prison they once believed would keep others confined. Time, a silent observer, serves as the ultimate judge. It watches as the mighty stumble, as the proud are brought low. Patience is its ally, and it relishes in the slow unraveling of those who once held the reins of power. With every tick of the clock, their confidence wanes, and the echoes of their past mockery grow louder, a cacophony of regret that fills the empty spaces they once occupied with arrogance. In this reckoning, I find no pleasure in their suffering, only a stark reminder of the fragility of the human experience. The darkness that envelopes them is not a victory for me, it is a testament to the cycle of existence, where pain connects us all. They stand at the crossroads of redemption or despair, a choice laid bare before them, yet the path to understanding is shrouded in the very shadows they once wielded as weapons. Let them grapple with their choices, let them confront the demons they once dismissed in others. For in their struggle lies an opportunity for growth, a chance to rise from the depths of their own making. The darkness they now face is a crucible, a place where true character is forged. Arrogance may have led them astray, but it can also illuminate the path to redemption if they dare to embrace the lessons hidden within their suffering. So, let us watch as the mighty fall, as the proud are humbled. For in this dance of suffering and resilience, we discover the truth of our humanity. And perhaps, just perhaps, they will learn that the shadows they once scorned can be the very light that guides them back to themselves. The darkness is not the end, it is merely a beginning, a chance to rewrite the narrative they so carelessly constructed. In the depths of solitude, where shadows intertwine with the echoes of laughter, I find myself reflecting on the past, the moments when mockery felt like daggers, sharp and relentless. Existence, a cruel theater, where those who once stood as giants now crouch in the dirt, tasting the bitter fruit of their arrogance. They thought they were untouchable, basking in the glow of their own delusions, while I, the forgotten, transformed pain into a weapon, honing it in the fires of my trials. The anti-hero's past is a tapestry woven with threads of scorn. Each sneer carved a scar, a reminder of the darkness that lurked just beneath the surface. Yet, from that darkness, something remarkable emerged. I learned to dance with my demons, to embrace the very shadows they believed would consume me. Each moment of mockery became a stepping stone, a catalyst for resilience that forged my identity anew. I was not merely a victim, I became the architect of my own fate, sculpting my pain into something powerful and undeniable. Internal conflict raged within me, a tempest of bitterness battling against the understanding that suffering is a shared human experience. I struggled to reconcile the bitter memories of laughter with the knowledge that those who mocked me were, in their own way, prisoners of their own arrogance. It was a twisted irony. They had crafted their own shackles, and as they stumbled through the darkness they once shunned, I found clarity amidst the chaos. The weight of their mockery was heavy, but it was a burden I learned to bear with grace, transforming it into a shield rather than a shackle. Suffering is a teacher, one that imparts lessons hidden in the folds of anguish. It shapes us, molds us into something more formidable than we could ever imagine. In the crucible of pain, I discovered strength, a raw power that is born not from the absence of struggle but from the acceptance of it. Vulnerability, once a source of shame, became my greatest ally. I learned to wear my scars with pride, each one a testament to a battle fought and a lesson learned. The silence that followed the mockery was deafening, a void where empathy should have thrived. Those who laughed at my pain now stand in a desolate landscape of their own making, stripped of the armor they once wore. They are confronted with the truth they dismissed, that vulnerability is not a weakness but a bridge connecting us all. In their struggle, they face the very darkness they once wielded like a sword, realizing too late that the shadows are not to be feared but understood. As I watch their internal battles unfold, I recognize the flicker of hope buried beneath the layers of despair. Redemption is not a distant dream, it is a choice, a path that requires the courage to confront the very pain they once dismissed in others. To rise from the ashes of their own making, they must first embrace the darkness that surrounds them, for it is there that true transformation occurs. In this twisted dance of suffering and resilience, I stand as both tormentor and savior, a reminder of the duality that exists within us all. The cycle of pain connects us in ways we often fail to see, binding us together in the shared experience of existence. Each struggle is a thread that weaves the fabric of our humanity, a reminder that we are not alone in our suffering. Let them grapple with their choices, let them face the shadows of their past. For in this reckoning lies the potential for growth, the chance to rewrite their narratives. The darkness is not simply an end, it is a beginning, a crucible where true character is forged. In their vulnerability, they may find the strength to rise again, to transform their suffering into a source of power. The echoes of laughter may linger, but they serve as a reminder that the journey from mockery to understanding is one worth taking. In the end, we are all shaped by our struggles, and it is in that struggle that we discover our true selves. Time, the relentless judge, marches forward, indifferent to our pleas for mercy. It weaves through lives like a silent predator, revealing the true nature of those who once wielded their power with arrogance. The clock ticks, and with each passing second, the weight of their mockery hangs heavier in the air, like a storm cloud that promises a deluge. They stood tall, cloaked in the illusion of superiority, but now, as the winds of fate shift, they find themselves stripped bare, exposed to the elements of their own making. The fragility of confidence is a precarious balance. It glimmers like a mirage, enticing the blind with its false promise of invincibility. Yet, like all illusions, it shatters easily, leaving behind shards of despair. Those who laughed at my suffering thought they were untouchable, but time, that cruel architect, has a way of dismantling the facades we create. The very arrogance that once fortified their egos now serves as the foundation for their downfall. They are left to confront the relentless nature of consequences, the echoes of their laughter morphing into the wails of their own anguish. Patience becomes a bitter pill to swallow as I watch them struggle, caught in the web of their own design. It is a waiting game, a test of endurance that reveals the stark truth: no one escapes the reckoning of time. Each mocking chuckle, each dismissive glance, they return, haunting them like ghosts of a past they cannot outrun. The irony is delicious: those who once wielded their words as weapons now stand defenseless, ensnared by the very shadows they once cast upon others. In the depths of their despair, I see the flickers of realization ignite within them. The laughter that once filled their lungs is replaced by the choking grip of regret. They are learning, albeit too late, that suffering is not a distant stranger but a close companion that walks beside us all. No throne is high enough, no fortress strong enough to shield one from the inevitability of pain. It unites us in our humanity, a thread binding us to one another, reminding us that we are all players in this tragic theater of existence. The cycle of suffering is a relentless tide, ebbing and flowing, crashing against the shores of our souls. I watch as they flounder in the waves, gasping for breath, realizing that the very torment they inflicted upon others has returned to them tenfold. They are now the ones who must navigate the stormy seas of their own making. It is a humbling experience, one that strips away pretense and lays bare the raw essence of who they are. But within this darkness lies the potential for redemption. It whispers to them like a soft breeze, urging them to seek the light hidden within the shadows. To rise from the ashes of their arrogance, they must first confront the pain they once dismissed. It is a journey fraught with challenges, but it is also a path lined with the possibility of transformation. The very struggles they once mocked can become the foundation of their rebirth, a chance to rewrite their stories with the ink of understanding and empathy. In this reckoning, I stand as both observer and participant, a silent witness to the unfolding drama. The power dynamics shift, and as they grapple with their realities, I challenge them to confront their own actions. It is a dance of suffering and resilience, where the steps are dictated by the choices we make. They can choose to remain in the shadows, or they can embrace the darkness, allowing it to guide them towards a brighter dawn. The echoes of their laughter may still linger, but they now serve as a reminder of the fragile nature of existence. In the end, we are all shaped by our struggles, and it is through that crucible of suffering that we discover our true selves. The journey from mockery to understanding is not easy, but it is a journey worth taking. Time will reveal the true character of each soul, and in that revelation lies the power to rise again, to transform pain into strength, and to emerge from the darkness with a newfound clarity. In the heart of darkness, a delicate dance unfolds, a macabre ballet of suffering and resilience, where each step is a reminder of our fragility. The stage is set, illuminated by the dim light of harsh truths, casting shadows that twist and contort like the souls of those who mock. It is a grim spectacle, a vivid tableau of humanity's plight, where pain and growth intertwine as inseparable partners, each borrowing strength from the other. Suffering, that relentless companion, is not merely an adversary. It is a crucible, forging the steel of our spirits in the fires of adversity. In the depths of despair, one discovers the flickers of fortitude, the ember of resilience waiting to be ignited. Those who basked in the glow of their own superiority now find themselves confronted by the very reality they once scorned. The laughter that echoed through the halls of their arrogance has faded, leaving behind an unsettling silence, a void where confidence once thrived. As they grapple with their newfound vulnerability, the duality of the human experience becomes painfully clear. Joy and sorrow are bound together, two sides of the same coin, spinning in the air, waiting for fate to decide their fall. It is in this interplay that we find our true selves, stripped of pretense, exposed to the raw essence of existence. The masks they wore, adorned with the jewels of mockery, crumble into dust, revealing the haunting eyes of fear. In this darkened theater, they are not just spectators, they are actors in a play of redemption, each performance a chance to rewrite their narrative. Resilience is the thread that weaves through the fabric of our struggles, a lifeline thrown into turbulent waters. Those who once reveled in the suffering of others now find themselves adrift, battling the currents of their own making. The realization dawns: rising after a fall is not a mark of weakness, but a testament to the strength that lies within. Each bruise, every scar tells a story, a reminder of battles fought and survived. The very acts of defiance, the moments of rebellion against despair, stitch together the tapestry of their rebirth. In this abyss of suffering, a profound truth emerges: embracing one's own struggles is not a sign of defeat but a declaration of resilience. It is an acknowledgement that pain is a universal language, spoken by all but understood by few. The mockers, those who once dismissed the struggles of others, must now learn to speak it fluently. They must delve into the depths of their own anguish to grasp the intricate dance of healing. It is a journey fraught with uncertainty, yet within that uncertainty lies the potential for transformation. Witnessing this evolution, I stand as both a specter and a guide. The power dynamics shift, casting shadows long and deep. The once mighty are now humbled, their arrogance stripped away like dead leaves in the autumn wind. I challenge them to confront their own darkness, to peer into the abyss and recognize the reflection staring back, an echo of their past selves, bound by the chains of their own making. It is a confrontation with the self, an invitation to reclaim the narrative that once belonged to them. As the dance of suffering continues, it becomes clear that redemption is not a distant fantasy but a tangible reality. Those who once reveled in the pain of others can emerge stronger, their scars a testament to survival. The cycle of torment and resilience reveals a path forward, one paved with empathy, understanding, and the courage to rise again. The shadows may linger, but they no longer hold dominion. It is in the acceptance of suffering that they find the strength to forge a new existence, one where the echoes of mockery transform into whispers of compassion. In this somber reflection, the weight of their past actions looms large, but so does the potential for growth. The dance between suffering and resilience is not merely an act of survival, it is the essence of what it means to be human. And as they take each step upon this path, they find themselves not just as participants in their own redemption, but as architects of a new reality, one where pain is honored and strength is born from the ashes of despair. In the shadows, where echoes of mockery once danced, but chilling silence now reigns. The air is thick with the remnants of arrogance, a heavy cloak that once draped over those who believed themselves untouchable. They strutted through life, wielding power like a weapon, laughing at the struggles of others, oblivious to the cracks forming beneath their feet. But here we stand, on the precipice of their downfall, where the void they created swallows their laughter whole. This is the reckoning. Each snicker, each derisive glance thrown at those in pain, reverberates back, crashing upon their shores like relentless waves. The mockers, those self-proclaimed giants, now find themselves dwarfed by the very suffering they dismissed. They are adrift in a sea of their own making, their arrogance a heavy anchor dragging them deeper into the abyss. It is an irony that sings a dark melody, a tune only the broken can truly understand. Their laughter has turned to whispers of despair as they grapple with the reality that once mocked them. As I observe their unraveling, the power dynamics shift like the shifting sands of time. Those who once wielded scorn now seek solace in the shadows, their confidence eroded by the relentless tide of consequence. They stand before the mirror, and what stares back is not the reflection of invincibility but a shattered visage, haunted by the ghosts of their dismissive past. The darkness that envelopes them is not merely punishment, it is a revelation, an awakening to the truth of their own vulnerability. I challenge them to confront this darkness, to peer into the depths of their own making. In this moment of reckoning, they must face the reality of their actions, the scars left on those whom they once ridiculed. The shadows they cast have now returned to envelop them, and it is in this confrontation that they may find a semblance of understanding. The very essence of empathy lies in recognizing the pain they once disregarded. In the chilling depths of their solitude, a flicker of potential emerges. Redemption is not a far-off dream, it is a path carved through the darkness, illuminated by the flickering light of awareness. The mockers must learn that their actions have consequences, and within those consequences lies the possibility of transformation. They stand at a crossroads, where the choice between continued arrogance and the embrace of humility hangs heavy in the air. The observer, me, now holds a mirror to their souls, reflecting the weight of their past. I am both witness and provocateur, urging them to acknowledge the shadows that linger just beyond their reach. This is not mere cruelty, it is a necessary confrontation, a call to peel back the layers of denial and face the raw truth of their existence. The mockers, now stripped of their bravado, find themselves at the mercy of a reality they once wielded like a sword. Time, the ultimate judge, reveals the true character of all souls. It is relentless, unyielding, and it waits for no one. The consequences of their mockery dance in front of them, a haunting reminder that no one escapes the grasp of time. The weight of arrogance, once a shield, crumbles into dust, leaving behind the bare bones of vulnerability. It is in this dark exposure that they must find their strength, or be consumed by the darkness they once thrived in. And yet, within this turmoil, the possibility of growth flickers like a candle in the night. If they dare to embrace the pain they once dismissed, they might emerge transformed, their scars a testament to survival. The darkness is not merely a void, it is fertile ground for resilience. As they grapple with their own suffering, they have the chance to rewrite their narrative, to turn mockery into compassion, to shift the tides of empathy in their favor. It is a call to action, a reminder that the dance of suffering and resilience is not reserved for the meek. The mockers can rise, not as tyrants but as individuals shaped by their experiences. It is a delicate balance, a reckoning that demands introspection and honesty. As they confront their own shadows, they take the first steps toward understanding, a journey fraught with uncertainty yet illuminated by the promise of redemption. The stage is set, and the performance of their lives awaits. In the twilight of shattered illusions, the stage is set for a reckoning, a dance that not even the proudest can escape. Here, in the echoing silence of their folly, the mockers are both the puppets and the strings, tangled in a performance of their own making. They are the architects of their torment, standing before the ruins of their arrogance, staring into the abyss that is their own reflection. This is where true character is revealed, a place where the masks they wore so proudly slip away, revealing something raw and unrefined beneath. The anti-hero rises amidst this chaos, a specter of both tormentor and savior. I wield the power of their suffering like a double-edged sword, carving out the path to redemption. For every cruel laugh that once echoed in the halls of their superiority, there lies a wound that festers in the depths of their souls. It is a cycle, a relentless loop that binds us all. Each act of mockery returns like a boomerang, a haunting reminder that the dance of suffering is universal. They may have once stood tall, but now they bow beneath the weight of their own making. Redemption, however, is a fickle mistress. It whispers sweet promises of renewal, yet demands a sacrifice of humility. Can those who once reveled in the pain of others rise again? The question lingers in the air, thick with tension. They must confront the specters of their past, acknowledge the pain they inflicted, and in that moment of vulnerability, they may find the strength to emerge anew. But the path is fraught with peril, the ghosts of their arrogance linger, whispering the cruel tales of their past misdeeds. As the anti-hero, I stand as both witness and catalyst. The power dynamics have shifted, and now they must navigate the treacherous waters of empathy, a territory once foreign to them. The struggle is palpable, a tension that crackles in the air. It is a test of character, a moment where they must choose to continue the cycle of torment or to embrace the shadows of their past in pursuit of redemption. The choice lies heavy on their shoulders, a burden that can either crush them or forge them anew. Understanding the cycle of pain connects us all, uniting the mockers and the mocked in a shared human experience. We are not so different, after all. The very suffering they once scorned is the same suffering that binds us. It is a reminder that the darkest nights give birth to the brightest dawns. They must learn to wield their past not as a weapon but as a shield, a source of strength forged in the fires of adversity. The call to action reverberates through the void, urging them to rise from the ashes of their arrogance. It is not merely about seeking forgiveness, but about embracing the lessons carved into their souls through suffering. The mockers stand at the precipice of transformation, a pivotal moment ere they can choose to break free from the chains of their past or succumb to the suffocating embrace of their own making. As I watch them grapple with their demons, I am reminded that redemption is not a destination but a journey. It requires courage to face the shadows, to step into the unknown. The darkness that once threatened to consume them can be transformed into a beacon of resilience, illuminating the path to a future unshackled from the burdens of their past. The cycle continues, a dance of torment and redemption, and in this intricate choreography, they have the power to rewrite their story. The mockers, once blinded by their arrogance, now have the opportunity to emerge as warriors forged in the crucible of their struggles. They can transcend the role of mere tormentors and embrace the mantle of saviors, not just of themselves but of those they once ridiculed. The darkness is not the end, it is merely the beginning of a new chapter where suffering becomes a catalyst for growth and resilience is sculpted from the very pain that sought to break them. In the shadows of their past, the flicker of hope ignites, a testament to the strength that lies within. They must rise, not as tyrants, but as survivors, ready to embrace the delicate balance of life. The dance is far from over, and the stage awaits their next move. Will they seize the moment, or will they fade into obscurity, lost in the very void they once created? The choice is theirs, and time will reveal all. Share this message if you believe that true strength is forged in the fires of darkness. Leave a comment about a moment when facing your own demons led to unexpected growth, and subscribe for more gritty reflections that challenge the status quo. As we navigate this chaotic dance of torment and redemption, remember, the power to rewrite your story lies within the depths of your struggle. Will you rise as the architect of your own fate, or remain a prisoner of your past? The choice is yours, and the time to act is now.